Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at U.S. scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new Georgia Lottery $5 Spicy Hot Win ticket. This is part of the May 2024 series of ticket that came out this past week in Georgia. And this one is a number match game. And there are a couple symbols you can find. There is a win burst for an auto win, and there is a fire symbol or a flame symbol for a win all. Now here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the Georgia Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 3.61, and it looks like you can win anywhere from $5 up to $400,000. Looking at the prize structure, I do notice that there are two different $5 wins. I don't really like that. It just feels cheap. So it's a bad look, I think. And then also, I guess $400,000 is okay, but the odds of winning it are just too long. So the other thing I do notice is that there are pretty good odds to win $50 on this one, so that is noticeable. Now, in Georgia, for any prize over $5,000, they're automatically going to take out 29.75% in taxes. I don't view that tax money as part of the value of the game, and so that is going to affect how I view the top prize. So instead of viewing that as $400,000, I'm going to view it as $281,000. And with that adjusted prize amount, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in just a little bit above 71%. Now, this does exceed the minimum 70% payout that we look for all tickets. However, 71% is not a good payout for a $5 ticket, and we'll see that as we go through the video. Yeah, it's just too low. I wouldn't play a $5 ticket knowing that the payout is 71%. I would just feel like I was getting cheated. So this is one that I would pass on just based on the payout alone. The other thing we do need to note about the 71% payout is that it does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are going to see 71% payout on this game. So what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning those top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens here at the $75 prize level. So, if you are playing this game, it's not one that I would play, but if you are playing it, when you do win on it, you're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $5 and $75. That's where the average person is going to be winning. There is a split there at the $75 prize level. The split is about 25 to 75. So only about a quarter, 25% of these $75 prizes are going to fall here in the bottom of the prize structure and be part of the bottom 99%. The other 75% of these $75 prizes are going to join the rest of these prizes to make up the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move that decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and it's about 1 in every 361 tickets that would have a top 1% prize on it, which means you're in over $1,500 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. That means you really have to hit the top prize in order to make any money on this game. So that's really, really important if you are thinking about playing it. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in just a tad under 62%. So we're going to call this 61%. That is also above the minimum 60% that we look for all tickets. So, I would say that this is going to feel like an pretty average ticket for 99% of the people who play. So yeah, we'll see how this compares to other tickets here on this page. So on this page, we are keeping track of the increases and decreases in Georgia $5 tickets. And just like the $2 ticket that also came out, we see a dip in value from the previous ticket. The data point for a Spicy Hot Win is all the way over here on the right. You can see the dip that happened from the previous $5 ticket, the $500 cash craze. And we never like to see that. I always recommend, when you see a dip in value, it's probably a good time to hold off on buying the ticket, because with every ticket you buy, you're communicating approval to the Georgia Lottery for what they're doing with the tickets. And excuse me, when they decrease the value like this, you don't want to communicate approval. So this is one that I would definitely want to hold off on, and just let the Georgia Lottery know you don't appreciate to you don't appreciate them lowering the value of the tickets, and really we don't deserve for them to do that. Their job is to make the tickets appealing and worth buying, and they did the opposite on this one. Now, if you are playing $5 tickets in Georgia, up here in green, you see the best ticket in every category. So if you're playing for overall value, that Fast 50s ticket that came out in December, if you can find it, that is by far and away the best $5 ticket that we've seen in a really, really long time in Georgia. So that's the best one, and probably the only one that I would really be interested in playing personally. If you're playing for overall value, Scorching Hot Sevens, not overall value, if you're playing for odds, Scorching Hot Sevens has the best odds. However, the value's not really there. If you are a more conservative player and like to hold on to as much of your money as possible, Fast 50s has a ton of money there at the bottom of the prize structure for average folks. And if you are more of a high roller and like to win a little bit more money, when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, $500 Cash Craze has the most money at the top of the prize structure. And then we are also keeping track of top prizes as well. Now here on this page, we are ranking Georgia $5 tickets based on the overall payout of the tickets. And at 7107, this is one of the worst $5 tickets we've seen in a while here on the channel. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth worst $5 ticket we've seen. So yeah, with these first two tickets for this month, Georgia Lottery seems to be testing the waters to see if you'll buy a ticket with a lower payout. And that's why I suggest don't buy it, because if you do, they're going to keep lowering the payout. But anyways, not a good ticket. Here on this page, we are ranking based on that bottom 99% payout. 61.99 is a little bit better. It's the 12th best or friendliest ticket to the average player. But where this ticket is going to fall short is at the top. You want to be able to win something nice if you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, and you're just not getting that with the Spicy Hot Win. Now here on this page, we get to compare $5 tickets across states. And even though this is a bad ticket by Georgia standards, it's an okay ticket when you compare to what other states are doing. So Georgia, $5 tickets are pretty competitive when you start to look at what Texas, New York, California, and Florida are doing. But the big gap is when you compare with Massachusetts. And Massachusetts is really the only state that I know of that has $5 ticket values where they should be. By the way, Spicy Hot Win is in 25th place on this top 35 list, but it's nowhere close to what Massachusetts is doing. Massachusetts regularly comes out with $5 tickets at 76% payout. That's where $5 ticket value should be. The Georgia Lottery, they know that $5 tickets is a convenient price point for people to buy, and they are more than happy to rip you off. That's why our values are not where Massachusetts is because the people who run our lottery just don't care as much about the customers. Basically, they're totally fine stealing your money. But what we really want to do up here is look at the best $5 ticket that we've seen on the channel, and that is the Fast 50s from Georgia. Had 77% payout, and that's quite a bit more than what we're getting from Spicy Hot Win. And we have to ask the question, if Georgia can put out a $5 ticket at 77% payout and make plenty of money doing it, then why are they putting out tickets at 71% payout? That is over 6.5 percentage points less than what they did with the Fast 50s. And 6.5%, that is a lot of money when you consider how much money goes into just one $5 scratch game. One game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the game. Multiply that by the $5 price tag, and that's $50 million wrapped up in just one scratch game. 6.5% of 50 million is $3.25 million that the Georgia Lottery put into the hands of its players with Fast 50s that they're basically stealing from you on Spicy Hot Win. And I say stealing because, first of all, they're keeping more money than they have to, right? Secondly, they don't advertise the payouts. So they're making you play blind, basically. And I'm very comfortable using the word steal. That's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of you and stealing your money. Now here on this page, we are comparing across states based on that bottom 99% payout at $61.99. Where is it? $61.99. Spicy Hot Wing comes in 9th place overall. So it is a relatively friendly ticket to the average player. But again, at the top of the prize structure, there's just not a lot there for you to win when you are lucky enough to win in the top. You want to be able to win something nice, and this ticket just doesn't have it. Now here on this page, this is to give a little bit more context as to how low the payout is on this $5 ticket. The best $2 ticket we've seen on the channel also came out of Georgia, was the Fast 20s, had 75% payout. That's almost 4 full percentage points more than what you're getting from this $5 Spicy Hot Win ticket. That should never happen. You should never have a more expensive ticket with a lower payout than a cheaper ticket. That's backwards. Georgia Lottery should be embarrassed that they're doing this. They should be ashamed that they're treating their customers this way. They should make sure in the future that every $5 ticket that comes out has more than 75% payout. This is the bar for $5 tickets. Now here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel so far. We don't see many $5 tickets on this list. As a matter of fact, we just see one. So, we're probably not going to see many more. But, when a state lottery, does what it should do on these $5 scratchers, they can be competitive with with higher price tickets. And then here on this page are the top 36 tickets based on that bottom 99% payout. And Fast 50s from Georgia is number 1 on this list. So really, really friendly ticket there. And we don't have very many other $5 tickets. But again, when the price structure is done right, $5 tickets can be competitive with these higher price tickets. So that's about it for the Georgia Lottery $5 Spicy Hot Win. Not a ticket that I'm interested at all. As a matter of fact, I'm interested in not buying and communicating to the Georgia Lottery that they didn't do their job on this ticket. They did a poor job. Overall value is too low. They're decreasing value. So that's what I want to communicate. So that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.